Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and today, man, if it looks like we are in a different place, that's because we are in a different place. I've just put in about 150 miles or more, and over here in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be hot. It's crazy, man. Here we are, you know, the last week of October, and it's going to be like 94 degrees today. So got plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen. Going to enjoy the day. So why am I in Panama City, and why would you want to come along with me? Well, the reason is they call it Thunderbeach. They also call it Panama City Bike Week. It has many names. But before we get rolling too far into this video, if you would give the video a big old fat thumbs up, a regular one won't do, and make sure you share this video with friends, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. So I want to tell you, there it is, 1,000 miles. That's another big announcement that I'm making. 1,000 miles, yes. So I'll be doing a video on my thoughts on 1,000 miles on the beautiful Sea to Sky edition. It's going to be good. I've got a lot of thoughts on it, quite honestly. We'll be doing that here in the next few weeks. But today we're going to celebrate the motorcycle, man, and I love motorcycle rallies. I love motorcycles of all kinds. I love motorcycle people. You know, I got off the interstate in a little town called Chipley, and it's been beautiful, 4-lane divided highway, a little stop and go, but not a bad ride at all. What do they say? A bad day on a motorcycle is better than a best day on a car. I'm just going to say I have to agree with that. So Thunderbeach, man, it's one of those things that's been going on a while. I remember the first few years that it was happening over here. It was very, very small. You'd come over and you know, you wouldn't see hardly anything. I mean, you might see 100 motorcycles, and they didn't really have a venue. It wasn't at Frank Brown Park, which is where it is now. They have stages set up and vendors and all that out here. You park in a big, beautiful grass field. It's awesome. It's grown so much, but back in the day, it was just a bunch of restaurants and bars and these restaurants and bars and parking lots, and they would just be sponsoring it. They would pay a little something, and then they would get put on the little banner, and then you would ride to these bars and grills and parking lots and hang out with people, and then you'd ride to the next one and then ride to the next one, and that's how. And then it started growing. And then after a few years, it turned into this. So I asked Coach Vic if she was going to come over with me, and she was like, absolutely not. We know that Coach Vic is not a motorcycle rally stuff. We need to certainly pick on her down there in the comments and say, hey, Coach Vic, you need to go to a rally, at least a couple of rallies a year. Next week is going to be the DeLand Spyder rally. Plan on going to that. Hope to see you all there. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be running cameras there as well. Who knows, you might even do a cameo on the CB3 channel. Here in the next few minutes, we'll be pulling up to Frank Brown Park, looking around. They have demo rides going on. I know with Indian, they're going to have bands playing today. Obviously, I'm not a drinker, but I'm sure the beer will be flowing at the beer tents. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but anyway, if you have a cool one, enjoy it. I can't do it anymore. Does things to me I don't want to happen. Talking about the old ticker. Don't like it when it does weird things to the ticker. All right. So next up, Frank Brown Park, Thunderbeach. Let's enjoy the festivities. It's grown. Every year it gets a little bigger and a little better. And a little louder. Okay. This is the big grass field I was talking about where you park, right over there. So we'll be going around to the outside. There's the Indian booth right there. I know, like I said, they're doing demo rides today. Will I ride? I've done it before. Their bikes are a lot of fun. This is a beautiful area. If you've never been to Panama City and to Thunder Beach in particular, you definitely owe it to yourself to do it, because it is a lot of fun. Look at all the motorcycles. You think they're having a rally here. Yeah. Everything here is pancake flat, hard packed. It's really nice. All right, they're lining us right up. Poop-a-doop, 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 poop-a-doop. All right, how you doing, man?
You know, I'm always glad to see that the Spyder community is represented. So if this is one of yours, leave a comment down below.
All right. Ooh, it is hot, y'all. It is hot. It shows 100 degrees, and I believe every bit of it. It's freaking hot, y'all. It was a lot of fun, man. Well worth the trip over here. Got to see a bunch of folks and enjoyed my ride. Now I get the beauty of riding a nice, long, warm ride home. It's going to be nice once I get out on the open road. The heat won't bother me a bit. This is a beautiful event. You know, I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to come over to places like this. And, you know, I've got Bike Week over in Daytona. I've got this in Panama City. And those things, they both happen twice a year. So if you miss one, you've got a great opportunity to be able to fit it into your schedule. And also with Florida, I mean, we have riding weather, you know, 365 days a year, more or less. I mean, you may have a hurricane. You can't ride during the hurricane. But apart from that, you know, it never gets so cold that you can't ride. I think I'm going this way. Let's do that. Yep. Okay. But it never just gets so cold that you can't ride. In fact, I would say that sometimes the heat, for me, is a greater deterrent than the cold. You know, 100 degrees in October, it's kind of crazy, but it is, and I believe every bit of it. You know, you're out there walking around, you're cooking. One of the things I forgot was bring water over here today. I probably picked up 4 32 ounces. Half of that's gone just from a few hours of walking. So half gallon of water. Yes, sir. But it's picking up. I mean, people are showing up. There are motorcycles everywhere. You know, oddly enough, I had a conversation with a guy. He asked to not be on camera. He was wearing a patch, so he's definitely a 1%er. Super nice guy. And I was talking to him, his feelings on motorcycle rallies in general. And he was like, you know, he gets tired of the wannabes, he called them. The folks that are posers. That aren't really motorcycle people. And I asked him, I said, well, what is a poser? How would you define a poser? You know, it was funny when I asked him that question, his answer was people that trailer everywhere, ride their motorcycle, they put on their little costume and they ride maybe 2 or 3 miles and then they strut around, and those are posers. I asked him, I said, so what do you think about a guy, an older guy, you know, maybe well off, has a home and a family, and those guys, do you think those guys are posers if they say trailer to an event, and then they get to the event and then they ride as much as they can, and you know, they wear the gear because they want to be safe. Would you consider that guy a poser? His answer kind of shocked me. He goes, posers want to look like me. I'm like, wow, okay. Now you just clarified it for me. So it's not a guy wearing a motorcycle jacket or gloves or a helmet or not a helmet or whatever. It's a guy who tries to look like a 1%er. And he's really not. And he said you see them and they want to act real tough. And he said he hated those guys. He goes, guys like you that are happy and nice and shake my hand and talk to me and you're just a regular guy. He goes, guys like you, I love. He goes, you guys are motorcycle riders. And I told him I rode a 3-wheeler, and he laughed. And I said, so what do you think of the 3-wheelers? There again, his answer surprised me. I really like to hear what bikers think. He's like, the tri-glides that he thinks are really, really cool. I asked him what he thought of the Canadian motorcycle, the CanAm Spyder. He said he thought they were goofy. But well, that wasn't his exact words. His words might have had a little profanity in there. But his position, which again, I thought was pretty awesome. He goes, someone who chooses to ride something different, but rides, more power to them. I don't want one. If it doesn't say Harley on it, he said he wouldn't ride it. There you go. There you go. You know, we have this perception of these guys, of what they are and what they're not, just like they have a perception of what we are and what we're not. It was just awesome. It was just awesome. So, brother, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for taking time with me. I know that I took time out of your day and time away from your family, and I really do appreciate the conversation because it enlightens me every time I discuss something with someone. And you know, as I get older, these guys are appearingly younger. They're not younger, it's just I'm just older and they feel younger to me. But it was a wonderful event, so I want you to make sure that if you ever get over here and you get to ride over and you get to talk to people, you know, don't write someone off because they look differently than you do. He's going after somebody. You know, just because somebody looks different than you or rides something different than you, don't make the assumption that they're not cool people. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter how long their hair is, how much ink they have on their skin. You know, obviously, if you see a dude that looks like he's ready to beat the crap out of you, I'd avoid that guy, right? I mean, don't play with fire. That's just silliness. But if someone appears approachable, I wouldn't have a second thought about approaching them. Enjoy it. Enjoy the time with people, man. People are awesome. People are amazing. I'm going to pull up beside this tri-glide and we're going to check him out, man. Oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, yeah. You know, I love it. I love seeing people ride, man, no matter what they ride. You guys know I'm a motorcycle guy. He got on his kidney belt, man. Support that lower back. I had a friend of mine years ago that used to ride a hardtail. He wore a kidney belt. You know, it looked like a weightlifter's belt, but it was just all leather. And I asked him why he rode it. And he goes, "You ride this hardtail for about 100 miles, you'll know why I wear it." He goes, you'll be peeing blood." But he was hardcore, man. He was hardcore. I lived in Louisiana, and he would ride over to he'd ride up to Oklahoma over the weekend, and man, that was a ride. That was like a 14-hour ride where he was going, and he would do that on a hardtail, man, just beating the living crap out of him. And then he'd come back, and I'm like, "How you feel, man?" And he'd be like, "I'm tired." But it was great. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. All right, well, before we go, I want you to do me a favor, give the video a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Looks like they've had an accident up here. That's where this police officer was going, because he's dadgum sure stopped. Yeah, oh no. Oh no, there's a bunch of them, man. Holy cow. All the state patrol people. Yeah, they've had one. I can't really tell what it is. Maybe we get closer, we'll be able to give you a bird's eye view at it. I would get in that other lane, but I want to give law enforcement plenty of berth there for me not to get in their way. I see a white car up there. I guess the car was involved. Shoot. Yeah, these are the things that you worry about on a motorcycle is getting popped. You know, you get to an intersection and all of a sudden whack-a-mole. Yeah, we got glass on the ground. Well, it doesn't look like ambulance or anything, but we got some folks over there. Scary stuff. Scary stuff. You know, that's the one thing about motorcycle rallies. Whenever I'm on the road and going to motorcycle rallies, I always see accidents. I can't recall a motorcycle rally that I have been to in the last 20 years that I haven't seen at least one accident. At least one, normally multiple. That's the first one I've seen, but it happens, man. You get this many people and you get a little alcohol flow and you get these people run, you know, bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic, and you get a car that's impatient. You know, they've been behind these guys all day. They get frustrated. Sitting at a red light 5 or 6 times, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're gunning it through an intersection and not really paying attention, and they end up taking somebody out. Or they look one way and they make a U-turn, and there's the guy. Bam. It happens. It happens a lot. So if you go to these rallies, make sure you're careful. All right. Well, there's another one in the books. I hope you enjoyed Thunderbeach 2024, the fall edition, as much as I did, because if you did, you are jamming, baby. You are jamming. So do me a favor until next time. Yes you, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you are most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.